welcome back to a brand new episode of The Dry Dock. Of course, I am Mike Overton, your host, and I am joined by my dear friend, Mike number 2, aka Captain Goodwill. Mr. Goodwill, how are you doing this week?
Your sorbet sucks. Now get out.
Oh, okay, bye.
That's my only highlight from season 3 of Strange New Worlds. Hello, delicious people. 'Tis I, fully recovered from COVID and more hairier than ever.
Yeah, that's a scary thing. You grew more hair during COVID. Most people, their hair falls out, but you grew more for some reason.
People's hair falls out during COVID?
Yes, it's called
Are you confusing COVID with Chernobyl?
No, although actually I rewatched that the other day. That's such a great show.
It really is. Great. It is. Do you know what I've just completed and waiting for season 4? The Foundation.
So I haven't finished the season yet. I've actually been waiting for them all to come out, so I'm just going to do that. I've got so much TV to watch at the moment; it's ridiculous. I'm also doing a Big Bang Theory rewatch for the other half, as well as all the Star Wars movies because I haven't seen. Do you know? I can't actually remember the last time I watched them all in chronological order, not as in release order.
I'm not to blow one's trumpet, and no one probably knows this because I've definitely not said it multiple times on multiple different podcasts. I'm in the Big Bang Theory.
Yes. I'm looking for your episode. Don't worry.
The fetal kick catalyst.
Yep. So I haven't quite got there yet. Anyway, so so I've got that, and then I've also been designing some new T-shirts, which I'm not going to
look at it. It's so beautiful.
I'm not going to plug too much. Anyway, so let's talk about episode 10, issue 10, even of the Fanhome Star Trek Starships collection, which is the U.S.S. Dauntless NCC 80816 from Star Trek Prodigy. Now, I would just like to preface this with Dan, Kevin, Aaron, I love you all dearly. You did a phenomenal job on that show, but I'm just going to preface this with, God, this is a fuck ugly ship. Anyway, we're going to get a bit more into that a little later on. I just wanted to preface that before we get too far into it. We also have a really special gift to talk about. Yeah. And we're also going to talk about, our usual, the experience, the magazine, and the model. So with that, should we start with the experience first? Because
for a change, why don't you go first?
My God, it was a calamity and a half. Actually, I think mine was okay. To be fair, it's been so long now. It's been almost a month because obviously you've been ill and away. We've all been busy in summer and we just haven't got around to recording this.
We have these things called jobs.
Lives, yes. I think mine was okay. If I remember correctly, mine was okay.
Yours was as ever.
It did get delivered by the nice man in the turban who yeeted a previous one at my door. But he didn't yeet it this time.
Did he not yeet it?
No, he did not yeet it. So my normal yodel driver, who's a nice lady with really clapped out Renner McGann that sounds like a tank that you can hear 6 miles away, she was obviously away on holiday. So the nice Sikh in his bright purple turban in a very, very clapped out 1998 white Ford Transit. I think it's white. It's more rust than it is paint. But hey, whatever floats your boat. He delivered it this time. He was the one that yeeted. Which was it the Shrike he yeeted? Which one didn't get a magazine for? Yes, it was the Shrike. He yeeted it, the wet, soggy cardboard box with no magazine, at my front door. Anyway, yes, he hand-delivered it this time. He didn't yeet it at my front door, which I'm very happy with. So I think if I remember rightly, it was fine. It was once again Yodel's vendetta against Michael Goodwill. Again. I'm just going to get you a placard that just says it was shit again, and we can just leave it at that.
Captain Placard.
Yeah.
Gather round, children.
Captain Placard.
We're about to get a thank you. We're about to get a story. Allow me to adjust the lighting accordingly.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Right.
The Crusade. Let's move on. Yodel. Just me and Yodel now. Just me and Yodel. We're gonna have
It's not called Yodel anymore.
What's it called?
It's now Yodel by InPost. It's gonna make all the difference.
Yodel. Just come here. Just come here. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. Just come here. Yeah. Pull up a chair. Would you like a drink? No? Okay. What is your deal? I had not only a bad day, I had a bad few weeks with you, Yodel. You disappointed me. You broke my heart. I ordered a fresh, delicious bouquet of flowers to be delivered on a certain day.
It wasn't a bucket of flowers, was it? For Hyacinth.
It's pronounced bouquet. Easy there, Onslow.
Yeah. Oi!
Yeah. With your Ford Granada. Oh, Rover driver. I ordered a bouquet of flowers. This all happened in the same week, by the way, so pull up a chair. Story time, #no fake. I ordered a delicious bouquet of fresh flowers to be delivered on a certain day. I paid extra for this. They arrived a week late, dead and full of mold. Do you want to know the reason why? They couldn't find the address. Do you want to know what I provided them? I provided them with not only the address, the postcode, what 3 words they still could not find it, right? I raised a formal complaint. They closed the chat. I raised another formal complaint. They closed the chat again. Whilst calling me Michelle. And thus, I resorted to memes. I made a pledge that if my packages, Captain Picage, was not delivered because the Dauntless was shipped out at the same time, I would take over Yodel and call them Brodel. Because only a true Brodel would deliver a package on time to the accurate place. So the flowers arrived a week late, dead and full of mold, which symbolises my crumbling mental health. The Dauntless, I had no hope. I had zero hope whatsoever. I, of course, was at work when I received the notification. Normally, with Yodel, we get a nice little thing of a couple of days to say, hey, we're going to send it on this date, and this is when it's going to be done. Gives you a lot of time to go, do you know what? Sorry, please send it to this place. Please leave it in this safe zone. Do this, do this. I had 20 minutes. I was 30 miles from my home. I had 20 minutes. I get the email. I go, nope, okay. I will send it to my local petrol station. I can't do that anymore. They do not drop off at local petrol stations or lockers. I went, okay. I will ask them to very delicately put it on top of my wheelie bin at the back of my house. I submitted this. They went, yes, that's absolutely fine. Email confirmation. The day passed. Evening came. I had no notification. I sat in my car and I went, I wonder if it got delivered. To my horror, I log into the app and see, we were having trouble delivering your parcel. Please contact us. So I contact them. They disconnect the chat. I contact them again. I don't have a strong enough phone signal despite being on the Wi-Fi. I contact them again. They say they were having trouble because they could not find my address. The address that they have delivered to 9 times that has a road sign,
10 times with mouldy flowers now.
Well, no, that was another address, so I'll let that one slide.
Right, okay.
9 times. I have a street sign outside my home. I have the road on a plaque on my house. I have a door number. And I have, what 3 words? They couldn't find it. The next day, we will attempt to deliver it when possible. Okay, when is that? We don't know. You are a delivery company. You are not the Force. You are not the Prophets. You are not Dr. Pissing Who. You exist to deliver packages. And lo and behold, I get another message. Good news! Your package is being delivered. When? Yes.
10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago. I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking at my phone in horror and going, oh shit. I then go, please deliver and place on top of the wheelie bin at the back of the house. Okay? Are we all following? Are we still here? Are you still awake? Wake up! This is serious. I submit it. I get an email confirmation. Don't worry. We will do that. I go, brilliant. 4 hours pass. There is nothing. Silence. Absolute dead space. I check my phone. Please contact us. We were having a difficulty delivering your parcel. What? I go home. I try and open the chat. No internet connection. I have gigabit fiber optic broadband with a full signal. I look out of the back. I look out of the back, and what is perched precariously between two wheelie bins? The USS Dauntless. So not only did they say they couldn't deliver it, they delivered it, but still said that they couldn't deliver it. Yodel, yodel, yodel. I implore you. I beg of... No, in fact, forget yodel. Fanhome. Serious now. That's the wrong colour.
Yeah.
That's the right colour. Please work. Thank you.
There we go.
Fanhome. It's the wrong light. Idiot. There we go. Fanhome. We'll fix it in post.
Yep.
Please. I beg of thee. I pray to the almighty koala of the galaxy. Stop using yodel. You give them every bit of information humanly possible aside from a pee sample, and they still cannot deliver to an address.
See, look, yodel are inherently absolutely fucking shocking. We know that. But to be fair, so since recording this, I have had an email to say, good news from Fanhome. Your order has shipped. And I've just clicked it. And guess what? Leave with neighbor. Service unavailable for this parcel. Delivered to an InPost locker or Yodel store. Service unavailable for this parcel. Leave in a safe place. Service unavailable for this. So, in other words, Fanhome, you have decided to screw the entire country over once again by not allowing it to be delivered anywhere else other than into the hands and the palms of the people receiving it, which is great, bearing in mind most people who can afford this work for a living. I mean, to be fair, do you know what I don't understand, right? And I was pleasantly surprised. This past Friday, I have upgraded my mobile telecommunication device. That's a whole hoo-ha and a catastrophe with O2, which I'm not going to get into because it's not that relevant. But what I thought was fantastic was DHL Parcel, or as they're now called, DHL e-commerce. Now, when I used to work for my previous employer, we used to use DHL Parcel all the time, and they were a bit hit and miss. They weren't the greatest, but they weren't the best either. Now, I have decided that my DHL Parcel e-commerce, whatever the hell they're now called, driver on Friday, must have had fucking warp drive in the back of his van. So I get the ping at 9:20 to say, good news, it's going to arrive today. And I went, fantastic, let's look at the time slot. 4:30 to 5:30 tonight. And I'm like, oh, come on, that's not fair. So I follow the tracking, and within 40 minutes, he'd done 38 deliveries.
Yeah.
The dude turned up at 2:05. He'd done 101 deliveries in like 4.5 hours. And what the fuck is in your van?
To DHL, time is not a linear construct.
No, it's a bubble in this case.
DHL has achieved transwarp. They are in every part of the universe instantly.
Yes.
And
Warp 10.
As soon as your package has arrived, it will be delivered by a salamander.
No, as soon as your package arrives, it turns into a salamander.
As soon as your package arrives, it will be dispatched.
Exactly. So, I mean, what I don't understand is, right, DHL Parcel, so with my old job, we used to pay £4.75 for next day delivery, assuming the order is picked up by 5 p.m. that day. Okay?
Yeah.
Yodel can't be charging anything less than that. And yet we've had, literally in the last half an hour had an email say, good news, this is from Fanhome, your order has shipped. It's going to take 10 days for Yodel to get around to picking the fucking thing up.
Have you scrolled down on this email?
I haven't actually got the email yet. I had to log into my Yodel account to actually get the thing.
So the email, and everyone thinks we do James May. We don't. It literally goes, good news. Your package is on its way. Which I don't know if they're doing Farnsworth or just being unironically like sassy with us. Good news. Your package may get delivered. So in your package, you will receive USS Archer NCC 627. Brilliant. Fantastic. And then for some strange, convoluted reason, bear in mind Archer's issue 11. In your next packages, you will receive these gifts. The USS Eves, package 20.
Yeah, I don't understand why they're now preemptively telling people. I mean, yes, we have got a whopping 9 more issues to go before we get there. Why do we need that in the email now? Anyway, look, let's face it, the Yodel experience has been absolute dog shite. And
you are forgetting one thing, though.
Oh, go on. What did I forget?
You will get it in 9 months. I will get it in 9 years, because mine will go through the Delta Quadrant, commit many Prime Directive violations, and murder Tuvix before I get
it. Anyway, so let's just quick, whilst we're on the conversation of Fanhome, I got an email from them 3 or 4 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, to say, we're releasing a limited edition USS Enterprise G 24-karat gold plate. And I thought, do you know what? That'd be really nice behind me. I'd quite like one of them. It's probably going to be about £150, like the Eagle Moss ones were. Okay. So the launch day comes, and I get the email, and I click the link, and lo and behold, £300. And I'm literally sitting there going, I can go and buy shiny gold paint from a model shop and spend £65 and just get another model. Why would I spend £200 more than I need to get a shiny gold model? Because let's face it, no one really cares it's plated in 24-karat gold that is 0.6 microns thick, because it can't be any fucking thicker.
I lay everyone a bet right now. Within a few months, there is going to be an eBay posting saying limited edition Titan A in gold.
Yeah, someone's just sitting there painting. I'm going to sit here painting them weekly because I've got nothing better to do with my time. Anyway, so once again, the experience is absolute shite. Now, before we get to the model in the magazine, let's talk about the free gift. The free gift that I was dreading and really looking forward to it all at the same time. Now,
no. You can tell the quality. See?
Hang on, don't show it just yet. As you can see behind me, I collect dedication plaques. I like my dedication plaques. We have the Discovery, the Shenzhou, the Enterprise D, Defiant, Voyager, the Enterprise E. Now, there wasn't an Enterprise F1, so I'll skip that. But I was really looking forward to a really nice, high-quality resin, hinting at the word resin here, dedication plaque to match. That'd be similar size or scale at least. And I thought, beautiful, lovely. And the photos on Fanhome's website show the nice gold and brushed silver chrome, because, you know, that's what was on the prop. And I thought, oh, this is going to be delightful. Even if it's on foam core, right? Painted foam core, it would still look really nice because it has the shiny bits and the rest of it. I thought, oh, great. And then the photos started showing up online. and then I got very sad inside. And then it arrived. And then my USS Titan license plate arrived. Which is...
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, God. It literally is a license plate.
It is a license plate. It America, these are your license plates right here. See, look at it. It's it's
time for an unboxing, guys.
It has sharp edges. I've already cut myself once on it.
Hang on. Can I do the TikTok trend?
Do the peel. because it's not got any peel.
Okay. We'll do some ASMR. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm bending the plat.
Sounds like a bad Foley take. Someone squishing bones.
Sorry, it's Axel Foley.
Yeah, no.
Da.
Anyway, so my license plate has arrived, and I'm looking at it going, right. Few things. They've embossed, and I'll flip it over. You'll have to excuse the command strip. They've
There's a
embossed
fingerprint on
USS
mine.
Titan and just the center of the Delta. And then they've drilled 4 fucking great holes in the corners for whatever reason. I have no idea. I know it's supposed to have bolts, but you don't have to drill the holes. And then I'm going, why is it white? Why are the edges of the... Why is this white? Why is this white? It's never white. It was brushed chrome. The text should be... And actually, I can tell you exactly what it is, because I actually have one here. Hang on. Here is my screen used USS Titan door plaque. The text is this lovely brushed, actually it's technically copper, but anyway, brushed gold effect. This is right. That is what was cut onto 3D letters and placed on the prop. So why have we got shit brown, glossy brown backing with slightly shittier diarrhea brown text with white accents? What the actual fuck, Fanhome? This, and I have said this a fair few times now, and I think it goes without saying. Once again, it has gone to the cheapest bidder possible. You know, screw the fans, screw anybody that wants to do something properly. No, instead, we are going to make a 37 pence license plate. And to me, if I was Fanhome, I would be ashamed of sending this out to people.
Can I say something?
Sorry, go on.
Mine is extremely damaged.
Oh, why? What happened?
I thought it was the wrapping. It is not.
Oh, what's wrong? I can't see the quality of the video. It keeps dropping.
There is a huge gouge down there.
Oh, yeah.
There is a huge gouge down there. And can you see the smudging where the names are?
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what. Do you know what else I've just noticed? I've just noticed it as well. The board... Look at the delta. Why does the border touch the delta on one side but not the other?
Oh, God. Wait, why is mine... Hang on. Has this got a plastic cover over the top of it?
It might have. I can't remember. I think it
Hang
did.
on. Right. Oh. Okay.
They paid an extra penny for some peel.
Hold on. Hang on. I thought we had some breaking news on the dry dock. Yeah, please continue. I will endeavour to.
But I you know what? I'm actually gutted. This was the one gift that I was genuinely looking forward to. The L-Cars was cool, but once again, whatever they posted on the... And I'm actually in two minds about contacting Fanhome for... was it just a pill?
I hope so.
Okay. I'm genuinely like in two minds about taking things further because they don't actually... they don't actually match the descriptions of the products they have on their website. Yay! It's just a horrible, really bad pill. There we go. But it's still, the border still it touches the side of the delta.
It's...
I think it's a shame. I mean, I still don't understand why the border's white. Why is the border white? It was never white. It was chrome. It was brushed chrome. And it's like, you only had to look at the photos of the prop. I'm pretty sure if you turned around and said, "Hi, Dave Blass, do you have any photos of the dedication plaque?" You could go, "Yes, here's 100 of them." In various stages of it being manufactured. Because the prop was essentially foam core with 3D letters stuck to it. And the 3D letters were capped with brushed chrome. and the bordering was capped with brushed silver.
I really,
and it cost them 20-30 pence to have made, because that's all they care about. I mean, and I genuinely hope that Master Replicas, because they also have the Star Trek license, and they're doing plaques, because they've done a life-size Voyager plaque, haven't they? I genuinely hope, if you're watching this, Master Replicas, that you will do to this scale, because most people have got these to this scale, a Titan plaque, please, in resin, done properly, not this monstrosity here.
right. I'm going to play a devil's advocate here. I am grateful for the free gift. I am very grateful for the free gift.
Yeah.
Now, this is something, right? Now, this is something that I would have, say, when I do trekking up north, yes. I would have something there. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's out of frame. It's not in full focus. At a distance, it looks like a plaque. It looks silver. It looks copper. It looks fine, right? To hang it on a wall in my home where everyone can see it, they'll be able to compare it to the Shinjo, Discovery, Enterprise Define, and there's a visible difference in both thickness and size, right? So this is. I like it. It could have been a hell of a lot better. But if you're going to do a plaque, especially
in a universe that's established with previous manufacturers who've done it 100 times better,
you have to look. You have to say to them, right? Look, you didn't change the wheel when it came to the stands. Why do that? If you're not going to do it right, don't do it.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it right, follow the template. Like Mike number one's behind you, follow that template.
It's cheap. But the thing is that, once again, it's a gift that's flopped. We were told we were getting a binder. Then a slipcase turns up. And then 2 weeks after everyone starts slagging them off on social media, they change the website to say it's a slipcase. Ironically, the product render is still a binder. We get a Raptigino mug that's 2/3 the size of every other mug that's ever been created an aluminium mug that's ever been created for the Star Trek universe.
If it was an ornamental mug, yeah.
We then get the Akudagram, the LCARS panel, which I have here, which is of an abysmal quality in a massive fucking plexiglass frame that doesn't fit it properly, because, as you can see, it sticks out the side.
Yeah, you need to trim it a little bit,
Yeah, well, actually, to be fair, it's kind of slipped out. But anyway, that, again, doesn't match what's listed on the website. You look at the photos, they've used pre-production renders. They've not said anything about the fact that it's a pre-production render. Oh, and by the way, what you're going to receive is going to look completely fucking different. And I would rather, and I don't mean this any disrespect to the man, the myth, the legend that is John Eves. By the way, John, love you dearly. I would rather you have skipped the USS Eves, which nobody, to be completely honest with you, has asked for, and spent that money on better free gifts. I would have rather have just, as far as I'm concerned, a binder is not a free gift. That's a necessity for a magazine subscription. So it shouldn't be classed as a free gift. Eagle Moss never classed it as a free gift. It was included after your second or third. Anyway, it was always included. It was never a free gift.
I would say
I genuinely just don't get it.
I would ask Fanhome, when it came to the free gifts, did they have any sort of focus group?
Probably not. But no.
Because I hazard a guess.
They would have gone to.
Go on.
I was going to say they probably went. They probably turned around and said, "Oh, we've now got the license, so let's talk to Ben." Right, Ben. What did Eagle Moss do for free gifts? Well, we did mugs, we did dedication plaques, we did art. Those were free gifts. I mean, I've still got the Discovery, 32nd Century Discovery Glycine prints in my living room. They were gorgeous. Yeah. No, we did art. We did things like that. And they go, oh, okay, great. End of conversation. And then they've gone away and go, well, we're going to do a mug. But that mug's going to be 8p more expensive than the normal size. That if it was done to the same size as the previous one. So we'll save the 8p per mug. And we'll just send a shittier product out. Okay, great. Yeah. So we're going to go do a binder. Everyone's agreed on a binder. Oh, well, a binder's going to be 14p more expensive because of the metal work in it or the plastic. So we're just going to send a shitty cardboard thing that, by the way, you have your magazines in, it creases the shit out of. And we're going to do some artwork. We haven't quite decided. I'll tell you what, let's do an Akudagram because we can get hold of the artwork file for that. And it's just printing on. Yeah, so we're going to put it in a plastic frame that we can buy for 37p from China that, by the way, it's scratched to shit when you receive it, so thank you very much. Oh, and then we'll do a dedication pack. Well, rather than doing things properly, we're just going to go to the cheapest bidder. Oh, actually, no, I'll tell you what, let's go to Zhanghai License Plates Limited and get them to make it because they can do it for 13 pence each. But don't worry, we're going to spend £38 on creating the USS Eves on issue 20 that nobody really wants or has asked for. Sorry, look, to me, it's just a massive disappointment. And when you compare it with the photos or the images, whatever you want to call it, on the website, it's absolutely completely different. And
I would have liked as a Starship collector.
Heck, a framed picture would have been better.
I would have liked plaques, proper plaques, or Starship variations.
Yeah.
So I would have said, right, okay, the USS Excelsior, that's fine. How about the USS Pulaski? The USS Stargazer.
Yep.
Okay. How about the USS Sagan? Or something like that. Give us variations of the line.
Why not the USS Akuda?
Yeah. Give us variations of the line instead of... If you're going to fumble the gifts, right? If it's going to be a mug that no one's going to use, instead just a different name on a ship.
Yeah.
If that's how you're going to do it, a different...
If it's anything like last month, they can't even get the names right.
Yeah, but at least then it's something like, yeah, I can't use it, but it still be displayed proudly and it is different to what I've got already. And, you know, you look at the subscriber gifts for Star Trek Discovery where they did the Mirror Universe, the ISS Shenzhou and stuff like It doesn't take much. It's a different paint scheme, but it doesn't take much. And if you're going to do stuff like that, yes, you got the USS Eve. That's fine. I'm going to love that. But apparently there's going to be the USS Drexler as well, which is also... the same class.
Yeah. And I just don't understand why. I mean, again, as I said, it's not like anyone's asked for it, you know. But I mean, it's just like, look at what they've done for Star Wars, right? You look at the Star Wars Starships and Vehicles collections by Fanhome, right? If you pay by PayPal, you get the second Death Star. Full model, second Death Star. Yeah. And then you get Rey's speeder and Luke's land speeder as your gifts. I'm just going to go through all of them now, right? Okay, so the Star Wars bust collection, right? So you can have Darth Maul, Darth Vader, and Stormtrooper, and C-3PO. Special gifts, you get a Yoda, a Jawa, and an Ewok.
That sounds like a really bad joke.
Yeah. Yoda and Jawa and an Ewok walk into a bar. So the Star Wars Encyclopedia, Essentials Encyclopedia, you get Stormtrooper bookends. They look really cool, actually. The Sith Trooper mug, and it's a proper full-size ceramic mug, and a 6 collector edition posters.
Maybe there's just more demand for the Star Wars collection than there was for the Star Trek.
It can't be, though, because they've sold out within 48 hours. I mean, heck, if you do build Brian O'Connor's Nissan Skyline GTR in 1/8 scale, you get a fucking backpack.
What? I want a backpack.
You get Free exclusive gift for subscribers today. You get a Fast and the Furious backpack. And then extra gifts, you get a 143 scale Nissan Skyline, the official mug, which is the same color scheme as the Skyline. You get the license plate and 3 posters. Hang on. And then if you go with PayPal, you get a Bluetooth speaker.
I'm going to subscribe to that. I'm going to go subscribe to that right now.
But how?
That is incredible.
Yeah. What I'm saying is they've nailed free gifts for every other franchise. Yet for Star Trek, we're just going to do it the cheapest possible thing we could possibly do. I mean, like, if you do the build your own Iron Man model, you get a LED display base for your Iron Man model, an arc reactor t-shirt, 3 posters, a slipcase, and a cap. Hang on, what do we get if you do the Spider-Man? Spider-Man, you get a t-shirt, a cap, a nice mug, a slipcase, and 3 posters. The Marvel movie replicas collection. So what do we get here? So these are things like you get Captain America's shield, some helmets, Thor's hammer, because I can't say it, and then extra specials. You get the XXX, the double XL Thor's hammer, Spider-Man keyring, an Iron Spider bust, Spider-Man notebook, a light-up art reactor, a ceramic mug, 3 posters, and if you go for PayPal, you get a double XL Captain America shield. So how come is it that, for everything else, they seem to nail it, yet for Star Trek, it's like, whatever. I mean,
this is a really puzzling
even
question.
the Galaxy class, build the Enterprise D, you're right? You get a display base for your Enterprise D. You get the Enterprise D mug. It's probably the same fucking size. You get an Enterprise D schematic T-shirt. Oh, bastards are stolen my idea.
Didn't you get the shuttle as well?
Box. No, you get a screw box and you get a slipcase. And if you want to and pay £1 per issue more, you can get a upgraded mirrored display base with LED lights. So why is it every other collection that they do gets great free gifts, yet this collection, which sold out in record time, which they've had to do a complete rerun of, and has now been extended,
unconfirmed, may we add?
Sorry, it's been right. So like, build Max Verstappen's RB19 car. Hang on, free T-shirt, official cap, 143 scale model, set of posters, and a slipcase.
This is incredible.
97T. You get a cool Ayrton Senna T-shirt, a 143 scale model, and you also get a incredible looking poster. I just don't understand how every other thing that they do nails the free gifts. Ooh, build your own R2-D2. Which you get.
Can we get back to this collection?
Hang on, binder and 3 prints, and it even has an app. Okay, I'm actually going to subscribe to the Build Your Own R2-D2. Anyway,
you do realise that the backpack for Brian O'Connor's is just a purse.
I know.
So let's move on. Okay.
But the point I'm making here is every other collection that Fanhome has done, they all have cracking free gifts.
Yeah.
Yet for this, which let's face it, as soon as Eagle Moss went bust, there was a massive outcry for model ships, right?
Yeah.
And let's face it, other than a couple of models from this collection, it has been lackluster.
Yeah.
Hasn't it? I mean, it's like, let's face it, who in their right mind actually wants the USS Archer as a model? Okay, you're the only person. But what I don't, again, the issue after that is the Voyager A. Great, I'm actually quite looking forward to that one. But again, it's almost like they didn't ask any fans or focus groups or anybody what ships they would like to see that Eagle Moss didn't do from the newer Star Trek series on there. Let's face it, they've done the essentials, which I would say would be the Titan, the Enterprise G, the Stargazer, the Enterprise F. Absolutely, we didn't need another lunar class. We didn't. The Excelsior 2 is cool. We don't really need this ship because it's a bit shit anyway. We don't really need the USS Archer, because we saw it for a whole half scene in season 1 of Strange New Worlds. I just don't understand what they were thinking when they put this collection together. I mean, either that or I'd love to know what they were smoking, because I would love some.
It's not only that; it's the names of some of the ships that they've chosen. Like the Duda Star class that's coming. Obviously, it would be the USS Intrepid.
No.
It was in the episode. It was featured.
We're going to pick some random ship that was in a background scene somewhere. Why?
It puzzles me, but the lunar class. This is what I said when I first saw it. I was like, well, hang on a minute. Eaglemoss did the petition one, so we got a small scale. They then did a lower decks one, so we got it that scale. We've now got a slightly smaller one than the XL with the correct paint scheme. But ideally,
why is it the Titan?
We
never even see this Titan technically.
Yeah, but then again, if you're going to do that, right, why do we have this Titan? Well, it was featured in the observation lounge of the Titan 8. Great. Why don't you do...
version was.
Yeah, but why don't you do the...
USS Luna.
But why don't you do the Shangri-La class? Why don't you do I think it's the Ranger class, USS Stargazer from season 2, because that was also featured on that. Why it puzzles me, because they made this big song and dance of we are not going to produce ships
of the last Serena, do the grey version that we saw in season 2. There's so many other things to do.
They made the statement last year, we are not going to produce ships that have already been produced, and then within the first 10 issues
it's a ship that's already been produced.
It made no sense. But let's get into the magazine for the Dauntless. Let's get into the Daunt.
So, I'm very pleasantly surprised, because I still have, guess what, a pixelated Star Trek logo, because they can't find the vector. I'm guessing someone's deleted it. But I've actually got semi-transparent paper this time.
What?
I can see through the cover. It's brilliant.
Through the cover?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, it does look quite dramatic.
Yeah. So pages, it's the usual format, right? The usual sheet inside the cover, which we could probably read off by heart now. We get some basic specs of the ship, and then we get the USS Dauntless, a bit about her. And to be fair, there's some nice information in here. It talks about
there is a lot of good information in this.
There is a lot. It talks about
no lies.
I know, which makes first issue in 3, I think. It talks about the fact that it has separate holes for the warp core and the saucer section, and that Vice Admiral Janeway is captain. And it was, it came about after the Protostar went missing. Blah 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 blah. It's really good. Yep. Then we get on to the next one, which is the orthos, which fine, they're orthos. Then we get on to designing. Now, this I thought was quite interesting, because there's a lot of bit here. There's a lot of text here from the man, the myth, the legend that is Aaron Wardkey, the walking Star Trek encyclopedia. Love that man. He's such a nice human being. And actually, I'm glad to see him on here. Also, they spoke to both Dan and Kevin, which again, I'm really happy with, because, without them, the Prodigy would not exist. So fantastic job on that. And actually, to be fair, it's a really good. They talk about why they chose it, and which I think and it makes perfect sense. Then we skip over. Sorry, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I going into this magazine, I very much suspected that they would go down the avenue of this backstory for the Dauntless. It made sense canonically to do that. So to see that in the magazine and go, it just made sense that they did it the way that they did it. I find the design process.
Yeah, exactly.
As much as I don't like the design of the ship, I find the design process that they've used.
In other words, Protostar's gone missing. We need a really, really fast ship that can do transwarp. Oh, we know we've seen one of them before. It's called the Dauntless, the NX-01 Alpha from the Delta Quadrant. Oh, we'll just bastardize the design for that. Done.
Yeah, done.
Which is essentially what it was.
Yeah.
which isn't a bad thing. Canon-wise, makes perfect sense, and I really enjoy it. So then we get on to the next page, and actually this is really nice because we get to see some of the early sketches and that from Rick Sternbach, because obviously he designed the original Dauntless from Hope and Fear, one of my favorite episodes of Voyager. You know, we got to see some. You can tell it was rendered in the late 90s.
No, what do you mean?
It's
utilized
amazing.
entirely on PS1.
I tell you what, but the thing is that you look at that and then look at the render on the other page, and it's just like you can see how far technology's come. It's great. I love it.
I sit there and I go, do you know what? You can't beat DS9 CGI. You cannot beat it. It was stunning. It was fantastic. And then you look at how they go about making it, and you're like, how?
Anyway, so and then obviously it talks about how Sternbach designed the original Dauntless, which again I really like. I really love seeing those sketches. Those sketches at the top of that page are really cool.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Then we go and talking on about the scale, and obviously they wanted their Dauntless to be a huge ship for whatever. To be fair, Prodigy liked big ships. I mean, Voyager A is like twice the size of the fucking Enterprise E.
Yeah, but for that, I mean, that was legitimately set up for the cat and mouse scenes.
Yes, absolutely.
To make the Prodigy look inferior.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, in some ways, I kind of wish that they just kept the ship the same and just came up with a slightly better nacelle design that wasn't, to be honest with you, the really strange-looking circular nacelles from the Protostar, but also aren't some weird mishmash from the motion picture, which is essentially what the NX-01A was.
It's so if we look at page 13, and on page 13,
stuff at the top.
If you look at page 13, you've got a load of sketches of how the Dauntless looked in the show, more or less, and then there's a concept image at the top where it's got the revised elements of the new Dauntless transposed onto the original frame of the original Dauntless.
Incredible.
I immediately, now this is going to be a very niche reference, and you know I love very niche references. I know. I fell in love with this, and I'll tell you for why. In the year 2000, there was a game called Colony Wars Red Sun. That image of the Dauntless. Now, Google this if you wish. Google Colony Wars Red Sun ship, right? Look at it and then look at the Dauntless. They are so alike. And that is not a bad thing because it screams advanced technology, but it's got an angular, flowing design that if you think of Slipstream, that's what that's what I would imagine like a Starfleet revised Dauntless would look like. It would keep it nice and minimalistic, all hunched in to create a streamlined design of the ship. And they just didn't do it.
No. And then if you look down, there's some better renders of that ship. And then at the bottom, there's another render, which is what we got here. And it does have the caption, which says, Aaron Walkie remembers that the producers wanted their version of the Dauntless to look less sophisticated than the original. He suggested that Starfleet probably adapted an existing design. Now, that makes perfect sense. But at the same time, Starfleet had the technology. They managed to get... the crew of Voyager managed to get Voyager into Slipstream. Okay, thus nearly ripping the ship apart. But anyway, they managed to do it with the rumblings of what was left in the Delta Quadrant. There's no reason why Starfleet could not have created the Dauntless with a few tweaks. And yet, for some reason, we ended up getting a spoon.
No. I disagree.
Trowel.
It's not a trowel. This, my dear boy, is the edge painting template brush that you do for the skirting boards and the top of the ceiling. So you can blend the wall and you don't overflow onto the ceiling. Ironically, I literally have one downstairs, and I didn't know which one to bring, the Dauntless or the edge
brush. Yes.
the
Anyway,
edging
we're getting
tool.
sidetracked slightly. So anyway, we skip over to the next page, so the last 2 pages, and we get some really cool, sexy close-ups of the renders, which has got some notes on it that, you know, this part should have any lights, and it needs smaller lights here. And then we kind of get the final form, and I just look at it, and it literally, I mean, if you look at the top render on page 15, and you look at those nacelles, they literally look like helicopter skids.
It looks like
it's tucking its knees in.
Do you know what it looks like? This is how broken I am, everybody. It looks like it's wearing slippers.
Yes, no, that's exactly what it looks like. Yeah,
it looks like it's wearing slippers
on its knees.
On its knees. Is this the USS Crocs? Is this the USS Crocs? Dare we say it? Is there a sport mode for the USS?
Starfleet sticking little charms on the hull now, can't you? I would like a cow charm on my front.
It's a very divisive. Look, it is a very divisive design. It is a very divisive. It is no doubt unique.
No, and I think, look, for the show, it worked perfectly. But as soon as you put it in universe, it falls apart. I mean, look, the magazine as a whole is actually really good. The really content of the magazine is really great. We've got bits of interviews with Rick Sternbach. You know, we've got bits from Aaron. We got bits from Kevin, and Dan Hageman. Which again, you know, and as I said, I have nothing against those guys. I love those guys to bits, but it isn't a hell of an ugly ship. But no, the magazine as a whole, I'm really pleasantly surprised with, because, as I said, it was one of the magazines I was a bit dreading based on the last round, a couple of magazines where it's just been full of blatant making stuff.
They surprised me. They really did surprise me with this one. It was an enjoyable read.
It was. Yeah.
It was.
So all in all, the magazine's actually really good. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the edging brush that is the USS Dauntless. So, first things first, we have a stand. Stand works really well. No wobbles, holds the ship perfectly. Jobs are good. It's a stand. The model.
Hang on.
The model actually emphasizes a massive... It actually emphasizes a massive design flaw with the ship.
What design flaw is that, Mike?
Why was it not just pointing down all the time and flying away? Because it's so bloody front heavy. It is so heavy and so unbalanced.
It's so ugly. It is so ugly.
But anyway,
I don't mean that in a nasty way. I really don't mean that in a nasty way.
I mean, what is going on with the arsehole one? I mean, what is it?
A slipstream drive, maybe?
But the model doesn't have anything. No, because that's the deflectors at the front. I don't understand what that's for. There's no it doesn't glow. It's just a heat sink for something. I mean, and no, you know what it looks like? You know, you see those blokes who go to the gym that work on their arms but not their legs. Look, that's exactly what it looks like. It's got two teeny weeny little legs.
Okay, so what we're saying is the Dauntless class is the ship that skipped leg day. That's what we are saying.
Absolutely. Yeah, the Dauntless is the ship. It's just so out of proportion. I mean, I could literally do gardening with it. I mean, it's something.
I could literally do.
You could. I mean, literally, I could plant some flowers with it upside down, dig some holes. You know.
Let's take the design off the table for now.
Yeah, the model itself is actually really nice. I think again, Fanhome have done a really good job of not creating divots for the windows. So guess what? The windows line, because there's nothing to line them up to, which is great. For some reason, the registration number is slightly off kilter. okay, but that's probably the
But
design.
it's actually weird. On the mesh of the ship, yeah.
It's weird because obviously NCC sits closer to the center because obviously in other words, it's not centered because 80816 is longer than NCC.
Is Titan 801? Titan's 801, isn't it? Hang on, I've got a plaque right there.
Yes.
801 right, okay. So this is after the lunar class, right? Yes. That's fine. Oh my god, it's got a little felt tip at the thing.
Yeah.
It's a pen. It's a pen. Look,
you wouldn't want to write with it. It'd be a bit uncomfortable. But no, the actual quality of the model itself is really, really good. I'm really actually from a model perspective, all the really fine details are really well painted. You know, even the impulse engines on the back, which are slightly recessed in, are really well painted. The blue blobs in the back.
What I have noticed, what I have noticed. Because I've been ill and I've been away working and everything like that, so I've just popped it on the shelf. I've not organized anything yet. I know I need to get my life in order. But what I've noticed is, out of the ships that it's near at the moment, so you know, you're looking at the Titan, you're looking at the Excelsior and the Enterprise G and stuff like that. For some reason, this one pops.
Yeah,
this one stands out. It's brighter. It's more colourful.
Yep.
And it pleasantly surprising. I'm really happy. As much as people don't like it, I'm really happy that the deflector is painted.
And it looks really good. I mean, the underside of the ship is really good. You know, it's really well painted. There's no bleed over. It fits in perfectly. Nope. All of the lines are really well painted. You know, they've even painted the underside of the impulse engines, which again look really good. The secondary hull looks great. Again, really well painted, other than the shuttle bay entrance. For some reason, the grey doesn't expand quite far enough.
Yeah.
But again, the only thing I don't get here is I don't understand the nacelles. We've got trans blue plastic at the back, but then it's painted at the front. So essentially, we've got a mix of turquoise and blue.
No, I
would have either preferred it to have all trans blue or to be painted. It just looks a bit weird.
I do love a little bit of turquoise, but
even here, look. So on the underside, you've got blue. That should be trans blue, and then obviously these slots along the side should also be trans blue to match the rest of it. It just doesn't make a lot of sense, the fact that that's painted for some reason. Now, whether it's a structural thing, okay, fine, but then paint all of it.
I'm looking at the orthos, and you can't even say that it's because they're a different color. But
no, they're not. They are. No. They are the part of the. They're all part of the same nacelle.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. The more I look at it, the more it's growing on me.
Look,
as a unique vessel that it is.
It is a unique vessel, but it is pig ugly, but the actual model is very good.
It's so nice, man. It is so...
It's a really... And I agree with you. It really pops. I think it's because it's a lighter... It's a grayer shade of grey. It's a bluer shade of grey. It's a lot...
But it's the different colours the different colours of grey that they've used to accent certain parts of the vessel. So you've got the force spire in a dark grey. You've got the indentation around the top where the bridge area is. There's a dark.
But then look at the underside. Look at the sheer detail that is on the underside.
It's so nice.
And how can they nail that, but they can't even get windows aligned on the other ships?
Just don't put indentations on the hull. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. It's not needed. It's more time to put them in. Just paint it. Just do that, and then you'll never have misalignment issues again.
Exactly. But no, all in all, I'm very pleasantly surprised that the model itself is really well done. It's just a shame it's for a pig ugly ship.
Look, this is issue 10. We're halfway through the collection. At the moment.
Well, halfway through the first round of the collection.
Officially at the moment, halfway through.
Yeah.
But if this is the level of, if this is the progression in the detail level that we're going to see, I'm really all for it. And looking at the previews for the Archer that I've seen circling round, I think again it's like, it's going up like that, because I had certain questions about that ship, which we'll get to with that episode. Yeah. But the way that this is being done, I I can't describe it. Like, unless you've got it on the shelf next to your other vessels, this one just, I don't know if it's because it's from Prodigy and they've sort of made it lighter because it, it was a more CGI cartoonier version, but this just, it pops.
Yeah.
I can't describe it I can't use any other word. It just works. And like where it is, it's sort of like here on me. So I get to see the top and the bottom. And it just, I don't know, man. It just pops. It just doesn't look as dark and as gritty as the other ships. And I really, really like the model. I think it's a fantastic design. It's very, I mean, there's a bit of weight to it at the front. It is top heavy, but it's definitely not flimsy. And the gaps as well. Like there is obviously the panel gap between here and stuff, but
but it doesn't look out of place. There is panel gaps, but it looks like it's intentional, and I think part of that is just because they've accented and sort of emphasized these lines here. So it all
I agree.
Kind of matches, and again, as I said, it's actually a really good model. And I hope the rest of the models are this detailed and this well put together. It's just a shame it's for a trowel.
I think my only drawback, and this is not a Fanhome drawback by any means, this is the way that it's been designed. It's the lack of Starfleet detail on most modern ships. We've got the registration on the top. That's it. That's it. Literally. Look at the orthos. Look at the orthos in the magazine. There is no Delta insignia. There is no registrations on the nacelles. There's no registrations at the aft of the ship. It is literally just Dauntless, and that's it.
That's because it's an animated show, isn't it? But
I know, but
it's a more simplistic animated show. It's not like the level of. It's not like Lower Decks, where it was essentially an anim. It was they pride themselves on the sheer amount of detail. I mean, look at the Voyager that they did for that. It was absolutely breathtaking. But it's not that at all. It's a much more toned down, slimmed down show in the way of detail, because it's more about the story rather than the ships.
But that's what I'm saying. It's nothing to do with Fanhome, because Fanhome just get what they get. But I mean, look at the issues that we have had where, the colour's off because of this, and this is off because of this. This is just absolutely spot on. If anything, Fanhome got the orthos. They looked at the orthos and went, this needs to be brighter. This needs to truly stand out to accentuate
the orthos is just too dark.
Yeah. But just look at the design. Like, look at the paint scheme. Look at it. It's just love it. Love it. Ugly ship, but
beautiful model. And I think they've done a really good job on it. So, I think that's kind of all we have left to say on the USS Dauntless for that one. We've got a really good magazine that has got really great print quality, other than the see-through cover. A really shit-free gift, which is a American license plate, and then we've got a really good model for a really ugly ship. We're doing well this week, aren't this month?
I'm going to be honest. Take the negatives aside. Take the free gift away. Take the Brodel issues away. This is a top-notch issue, to be fair.
It is.
This is a really, really good issue. Very nice model, nicely presented, solid base, good information in the magazine. This is the direction that Fanhome need to go. Please keep going in this direction. This is fantastic.
No, absolutely. So I think that wraps up this episode then of The Dry Dock. Remember, you can catch up with more of us at the CloneStar Podcast at our website, clonestarpodcast.com. And remember to like and subscribe to this video and hit that bell icon so you get notified when we upload our next video. But until next time, go beyond.
Your song.